U Thlen. They say if you feed it blood, it gives you everything: money, power, status, a life above the law. But miss just one feeding and it doesn't just kill you, it eats the ones you love, slowly, silently, and no one will believe you because U Thlen doesn't leave bite marks. It eats from the inside. They say some of the richest families still feed it. They live perfect lives, but their eyes are empty. No emotion, no guilt. Because U Thlen doesn't just take blood, it takes conscience. They say U Thlen doesn't live in the cave anymore. It lives in contracts, in elections, in bank vaults, in hands that never get dirty because someone else bleeds for them. But here's the part that flips everything upside down. Just a few hundred kilometers from where U Thlen was feared as a demon, the same serpent is worshipped as a guide, a protector, a being of light. They call it ancestor. In the deep hills of Nagaland, Mizoram, parts of Manipur and Arunachal, tribes whisper a different story, not of curses, but of cosmic lineage. The Naga were not beasts, they were skywalkers, born of the stars, keepers of the land, guardians of forgotten truths. They say the first Naga came riding lightning, and wherever its coils touched the earth, the soil became sacred. In some tribes, children born with rare marks, a spiral on the back, a scale-like patch of skin were taken aside by the elders. Not hidden, not shamed, but told this: you are one of them. The serpent walks with you, not behind, not above, but within. These Nagas were not monsters, they were intermediaries between man and mountain, dream and death, storm and silence. They could summon clouds without speaking, speak to trees without touching, and leave their bodies behind when they slept. But this truth never reached the textbooks because a new story arrived, one that demonized the serpent, branded it as the devil, and buried the old bloodlines under shame. Yet in hidden corners, the truth survived. Oral, sacred, protected by silence. Maybe it becomes what the people believe it to be. In one land, a curse, in another, a crown. But then came a new story, a louder one. In Christianity, the serpent isn't a guide, it's the villain of creation. The Bible says it was the serpent who tricked Eve, who brought sin into the world, who cursed all of humanity. Not just a snake, but the devil in disguise, the ultimate deceiver. From that moment on, the serpent became the symbol of temptation, betrayal, and eternal fall. It wasn't always this way, but that one twist in the Garden of Eden changed the serpent from sacred to satanic. But not everyone believed the official version. They told you the serpent was evil, but the Gnostics say it was the only one telling the truth. In Eden, God warned, "Don't eat this fruit or you will die." But the serpent said, "Eat it, and your eyes will open. You will know what God knows. You will see who you truly are." And Eve ate it, but she didn't die. She awakened. She became self-aware. The man has become like us, knowing good and evil in Genesis 3:22. This verse is spoken by God after Adam and Eve eat the forbidden fruit. That's not sin, that's gnosis, sacred knowledge. And the serpent, not Satan. He was a messenger of Sophia, the divine feminine, sent to wake humanity up from a false paradise built on control. The real villain, the demiurge, a fake god. He hid truth behind obedience. But the serpent broke the code. Knowledge was the curse to the oppressor, but a gift to the seeker. But here's what they'll never tell you. They called it a monster. U Thlen, a blood-hungry serpent. But in the remote corners of the Gentia Hills and Sora, some elders still whisper an older version of the tale. They say U Thlen wasn't born evil. It was made that way. By us, why did this serpent, once a being of power and wisdom, become a bloodthirsty demon? According to oral history keepers, U Thlen wasn't always evil. Some stories whisper it was once a guardian spirit of nature, living deep within the heart of the caves, a protector of the sacred land. They say its body shimmered like polished stone and its presence kept the balance of the living and the dead. Why did this serpent, once a being of power and wisdom, become a bloodthirsty demon? Because of human greed for wealth and selfish success, hungry for shortcuts. They found the Thlen and they made a deal. Blood for blessings. sacrifice for success. The Thlen was fed again and again until it forgot what it once was. Its spirit corrupted, its purpose twisted. From protector to predator, because we wanted more, and when it demanded blood, we still obeyed, even turned on our own, killing friends, families, even lovers, to keep the Thlen full. But in rare rituals, still practiced secretly, elders chant that U Thlen's original name was not cursed. They whisper of a time when the serpent lived in harmony with the forest, when it taught the Kaniyam sacred laws of balance, when it punished only the greedy and protected those in tune with the land. Some say it wasn't the U Thlen that turned on humanity, it was humanity that betrayed U Thlen. In many cultures, the serpent is not evil, it is knowledge, healing and rebirth. Naga in Hinduism, water deity, protector of treasure. Quetzalcoatl in Mesoamerica, feathered serpent, god of wind and learning. Theriomorphic guardians in Tibetan lore, half serpent beings guarding caves and scrolls. Even in Gnosticism, the serpent of Eden is the liberator, not the villain. So what if U Thlen was our version of this, not a demon, but a divine being we corrupted and then blamed? What if the evil we fear was just a reflection of ourselves? But before you comment anything, remember, these are not verified facts, they are forgotten possibilities, and maybe, just maybe, we were once one and they've been trying to hide that from you ever since. If this is the first video of mine you're watching, you need to know I don't make history videos. I decode forgotten memories, memories that never made it into textbooks because they were never meant to. I dive into the roots of human origin, into oral stories your history teacher never heard and truths your school was never allowed to tell you. So before you scroll, watch the next video I'm recommending. It goes even deeper.